Are you hooked back on the Yellowstone train? Because I totally am, and honestly, I cannot get enough of it. Like, especially after this week's shocking episode 11, it will be difficult for me to think about anything else for the rest of the week. And yes, if there is one thing I'm excited about, it is absolutely the 12th episode of this amazing show. So, without further ado, let's dive in and see what will happen next in the epic series. Okay, so before anything, to fully grasp the weight of recent events, we need to understand why the Yellowstone land is so vital to the Duttons. Because let me tell you, we have heard and will hear a bunch of land talk. So yeah, the sooner we get the importance of it, the better. The ranch, which has been in the family for generations, represents more than a place to live. It's basically the family's identity, legacy, and hopefully future. In fact, the now late John Dutton often spoke of the land as sacred, a treasure handed down from his ancestors, beginning with James Dutton in the 1880s. Thanks to him, we, as the fans of the show, also care about the land a lot. And this deep appreciation of the Yellowstone land only deepened when we found out about how the family got the land in the first place. The origin story, which was revealed in the Yellowstone prequel 1883, showed us how James Dutton and his family claimed the land after a grueling journey westward. They fought nature, disease, and hostile forces to establish their home. In the end, they lost their daughter Elsa in this exact land and buried her there. So they got bonded with the land through her legacy and memory. Basically, their sacrifices laid the foundation for the Dutton Empire, and every generation since has fought to keep the ranch intact. From the very beginning of the show, this legacy was deeply ingrained in John, who devoted his life to protecting the ranch from developers, rival families, and corporations like Market Equities. Now, losing John feels like the heart of the Dutton legacy has been ripped out, making the fight for the land even more critical for Beth, Kayce, and Rip, as we continue to see in the series. Do you think the Duttons will be able to preserve the Yellowstone Ranch for future generations? Let me know in the comments below. On that note, the conversation Beth had with Thomas Rainwater in episode 11 was very important for the future of the land. Rainwater offered Beth his support in her fight against Market Equities, recognizing that preserving the Yellowstone Ranch aligns with his mission to protect indigenous lands. I feel like this partnership will shift the power dynamics in the show significantly. Beth has always been the Dutton family's most cunning strategist, and with Rainwater's resources, she might finally have the leverage she needs to secure the ranch's future. However, it's clear that Beth is also deeply affected by Rip's absence and the emotional toll of John's death. So, even though they might end up saving the land and find the money to pay for the inheritance tax, Beth still needs to stand up and be there for the family to solve everything. In episode 12, we will see Beth getting better, reuniting with Rip, and making a joint plan to save the ranch and take revenge against Jamie. That being said, for perhaps the first time, we saw Kayce taking the leadership role in the family in episode 11. The fact that he launched a fight against the governorship and ruined Sarah and Jamie's evil plans by basically proving that John was killed was so epic. And yes, Kayce's growing leadership role is vital for the future of the land in my opinion. In episode 12, we will see him balancing his grief with the responsibility of training his son, Tate, as the next heir to the ranch. His connection with Monica will deepen even more as they navigate their future without John. We will continue to see Kayce shine and replace John in both family and ranch. And yes, there will be more badass scenes of him ahead. Do you think Kayce has the potential to be John one day? Let me know what you think in the comments. Now, yes, saving the land and the family legacy will dominate the upcoming episode. But let's be honest, none of these are as exciting as the sudden, brutal death of Sarah Atwood. I mean, believe me when I say I'm still shocked. It is simply unbelievable that she is gone so suddenly. And yes, her demise changes the game for Jamie for sure, who had staked everything, including his loyalty to his family, on his partnership with her. With Sarah gone, Jamie is now all alone in the world. His only confidant is gone, and there is no one he can share any of his ambitions, secrets, or plans. So, episode 12 will witness him spiraling and trying to align more with the Duttons so that he can save his ass from the investigation. He basically has no chance but to embrace his Dutton side again, as if nothing has happened. And yes, while Kayce will do his best to welcome Jamie with open arms, Beth will refuse to even see him, sidelining him completely. What do you think Jamie's next move will be? Can he survive without Sarah? Let me know what you think. As you can already imagine, episode 12 promises to be an emotional roller coaster. But one thing you might not be aware of is that it will be centered around John Dutton's funeral. Yes, that sad day has come. And yes, John is truly gone. As the family gathers to honor their patriarch, tensions will be bound to explode. Beth's grief will manifest as anger, especially toward Jamie, and there will be a huge fight at the funeral, putting the family in a difficult position once again. How do you think John's funeral will shape the Duttons' future? Can't wait to hear your thoughts about it. For more updates on Yellowstone, make sure to like and follow. Meanwhile, the video on the screen might also interest you.